Welcome back briefly to the desk, ladies and gentlemen. My name's Action Jackson here with Fuji and Humanist. But unfortunately, we don't have much time to break down this next game because it is already underway between Mousesports and SK Gaming. Let's hand it straight on over to our shoutcasters, Dr. Sona and Tasty Bacon.
Thank you very much, you delectable and delicious men on the desk. It is Mousesports vs SK. It's 0-0. Only a minute and a half into the game. Let's have a quick rundown of these team compositions. Actually, Sneaky almost dies there, and we do actually see First Blood going out as well. It's action all across the Halcyon fold at the moment. Majestic's going to fall to Jetpacks. SK 2-0 up already. Sneaky's almost going down. Aidslip will actually be able to catch him out here. Sneaky trying to escape, but it's going to be 3-0 early on as SK take 3 quick kills.
Now, the first kill came a minute 50 into the game, but it was within the first minutes of us getting into the game, so does it still count?
It's our caster buff, more action per game.
Well, either way, 3 very early kills for SK. They're not quite getting the ace because death timers are so immensely short in the first 2 minutes of the game, but still got to be very happy with that kind of kickoff to the game here for SK.
Oh, Acelip's going to get caught out though, and Mouse trying to answer straight away. 1 kill going across to them. Majestic here as well. He will fall. It's another kill for SK. Sneaky very late to the party. It's going to be a 5th kill. 3 minutes in. Ema King just about gets himself away with a Vanguard. Malice Verdict. What also attack? That's corrupted genius for you, Raph says, as he takes down his 3rd kill of the game before even 3 minutes have passed.
This is absolutely ridiculous how much fighting we're having already. And
what is this? Sneaky's gonna go down as well. Just about gets himself away. Majestic looking for the chase on this Black Feather. Raph and Jetpacks might decide to turn this one around. Raph goes forward. Here comes Ema King as well. Majestic jumps on towards Raph, and that will be Raph almost going down. Eventually does is a 1-for-1 trade. Jetpacks on Sneaky. He takes it out as well. What the absolute monkeys is going on here? Acelip comes in and says, "Excuse me. I've only been involved in 1 kill and 1 death. That's only a 5th of what's going on in this game."
10 kills. 3.5 minutes in. I mean, this is a game that could potentially that has impact on who goes to Worlds, and they are just playing fast and loose with this one.
North American style Vainglory indeed. SK 8-3 up, only 4 minutes in. And by North American style, obviously I'm not insulting North Americans, although, EU master race. What I'm saying is that the North American meta is a lot more aggressive than the European meta.
I agree, they are playing the better style here, but SK gonna be having an 8-3 advantage 4 minutes into this game. I mean, the gold is about 1,500 in their favor as a result. Normally we talk about the fact that early kills don't matter, but Aidslip just straight up solos out Sneaky.
Takes him down. Ema King almost falls off towards the side as well. Majestic is sitting at level 3 with 5 CS. 5 CS, like almost 5 minutes in. If he continues at this rate, he'll have a CS per minute as the game continues. But he has gone into lane now, so he's totally scuppered my statistics. But SK, dominant performance thus far in this game.
Doubled his CS for the game in the last 5 seconds.
never a good sight when you can do that and it's 5 minutes into the game.
Oh boy, this one has just been absolutely nuts, and we're not done.
He's actually going to run straight into Jetpacks and Raph here. Does dodge it out, goes back towards it. Ema King stuns up Jetpacks as well. The Vanguard on towards himself. Jetpacks wants a bit of this action. It's become a Dragon Blood contract, you know? If you're going to go this aggressive, get the extra damage in when you can.
Yeah, why not? It would work out here, but they don't even need it, as they are just constantly pushing Mousesports around the map.
That they are. Majestic will fall. 10 kills to 3. And SK, I don't even know. We haven't even talked about team compositions. There's been that much action. So, Kestrel and Samuel going across to SK. I have to wonder what the ban was there. Maybe a Lyra, or probably Lyra Adagio bans or Lyra Lance bans, in all honesty, looking at these 2 compositions. Because you've got Celeste, Catherine, and Black Feather going across towards Mousesports as well.
Yeah, lots of power picks got through this draft. Maybe we can get word in our ear as to what the bans actually were, but I mean, this has just been absolutely nuts, the way this game has started. The pace has slowed down a little bit, just because it's so incredibly difficult to keep up, 2 kills per minute, but Now we're still sitting at 10 kills for SK within the first 6 minutes, and well, they're still going to be constantly looking to add to this. Aidslip has a massive lead in terms of gold, and well, I mean, this is just an absolute chaos.
Aidslip is farming like an absolute trooper as well there. Look at, he's at 75, like less than 7 minutes in. That's superb CS numbers. And actually, if Majestic goes down here, we'll still be at that 2 kills a minute mark. Gauntlet comes out, Jetpacks takes the kill, so thank you very much. Sorrowblade finished on towards Aidslip as well. 7 minutes in, 14 kills in this game, and Emaking's gonna walk straight into an active camo! Aidslip, oh, misses the final glimmer. Come on, go get him, man. Go get him, son. Will be able to take out Emaking, tries to get the Storm Guard down, but Aidslip will be able to chase him down. And there is the Dragon Blood contract coming out for Jetpacks. He listens to me. Thank you very much, Jetpacks. I am the innovator. Emaking actually going to escape here from Aidslip, it looks like. Yeah, just about gets himself away. But here comes Rap, and Sneaky's dead. And it is 15 kills in only 7.5 minutes. Majestic's just... I feel like Mouse have just said, look, we have to just try and fight them out their own game now because they're just killing us so many times, there's no way we get to late game. 16 kills, 7.5 minutes in. Thank you very much, EU.
This is absolutely ridiculous. I mean, this first turret, it's going to go down. Look at how much damage is on these Glimmer shots already with the Sorrowblade being completed. This game, the pace of the game has just been rapidly accelerated by SK, and of course Gangstars, they got to be watching this game absolutely loving what they're seeing right now, because if Mousesports do not win this series, Gangstars will take that final world spot.
That they will, and they'll be rubbing their hands together, as you say. Very expectant of this now, because at the moment SK are just looking totally dominant in this game. Sneaky's going to get caught out once again. Raph just finding a way to sneak behind him. Does pop the reflex block. Here comes Jetpacks. Didn't get the stun with the Oblivion. Will get a good core collapse down, but it's just not enough as SK manhandle him underneath that turret.
And Jetpacks has the fountain and a reflex block, has enough health. The Dragon Blood contract was used in there as well. And this is just... the turret's going to go down here.
It is 8 minutes in, not the fastest turret in the world, but definitely one of the highest action games we've seen in a while. Goldmine will be started up by SK as well. They've already stretched out a 4,000 gold advantage, and SK at the moment looking like a pretty powerful force to be dealt with, especially with Aidslip looking for the kill on Emaking. Does dodge out the Solar Storm, didn't want to dive too deep or delve too far for that kill. Now, Majestic has been spotted out by Rap. And Rap isn't in the mood for someone to steal away his jungle at the moment. We'll try and chase him out, but Majestic sneaks away back to the lane.
Majestic, oh, he's taking turret shots. I don't think that was intentional, but luckily will not be paying the price for it this time around. As, I mean, both minion mines are currently captured by the side of Mousesports just to try and get some sort of reprieve from all of this pressure in the lane, but one of them gets captured immediately right back by Raph, and this is just gonna... I think things are finally gonna slow down a little bit here. Now that we're getting a little bit further in, there are some defensive items starting to come out for the side of Mousesports. Majestic still looking for his first tier 3 though. 10 minutes into the game, that is just... I mean, you are just hating everything at this stage of the game if that's the kind of situation you're going to be put into.
Majestic has finished his Serpent's Mask now, though, so he's in an okay position. You know, you've got Celeste's Broken Mist, you've got a Serpent's Mask on your Black Feather, perhaps starting to get towards a position where you can fight. But you look at Aidslip, who's got Sorrowblade Tyrant's Monocle. Rap has that E almost built up towards the Broken Myth as well. There's the Gauntlet, will stun out Sneaky and Emaking. Look at the damage from a single Glimmer! Sneaky almost goes down. Emo will fall to Aidslip off towards the side. You see the chase out by Rap as he takes down a kill as well. It's only Sneaky left alive. And Jetpacks and Aidslip might go for the dive here. And just deciding on the turret for now. Helios coming out from Sneaky. Oh, a little bit too much for them to deal with. SK, 3-man dive. Here we go. One shot, one kill, 600 damage to the face of Sneaky. And there he goes. Glimmer shot meets the ace, and SK 17 kills to 3 up.
And they had minions right at this turret to begin with, so they're going to take that one down very easily. 2 turrets destroyed, 11 minutes in, and they have 25,500 gold.
It's huge. Absolutely huge. And Emaking should go down here as well. Aidslip will just wait for the Storm Guard to fall off. And then walk straight into the bush and take him down. Majestic now faces into Jetpacks, and I'm not actually sure that's a fight Majestic wins, especially if Raph comes in from the side. Then, look at what was that burst? The Oblivion comes out as well, and Majestic just melts. What even is going on in this game?
Solar Storm was used, but you wouldn't be able to tell looking at the health bars of SK, as it really didn't do a whole lot to them. And again, minions under the turret, the barrier gets stripped. Hazlip has so much damage that this turret is taking down below half, and that's going to go even lower. And Mirror King, oof, this is just like, what is going on in this game? Where has this SK team been?
Exactly.
All season long.
I mean, they're in 5th place, equal on points and in win-loss with G2, but they're playing against Mouse, who have 6 more wins than them across the Evil 8 split. And they are just demolishing them. If this SK had shown up at the start of the split, you'd have to look at SK as one of the standout performers for that 3rd world spot.
Yeah, unfortunately for them, you're maybe just clicking a little too late in the season. But if this is something that they can keep up, look, going forward into next season, obviously, unfortunately for them, like, the Worlds is not even an option. But if they can keep this together, if they can keep this kind of synergy going and this sort of level of play, next season you really have to be on the lookout for SK. But is this just a fluke? Is it just a one-time deal? That's partially why we have best of 3s, is to make sure that that's not the case. They will have to win a second one in order to deny Mousesports that spot at Worlds. Of course, I'm talking about as if they're going to win this game, and it's very close to a certainty at this point, but yeah, nothing is ever guaranteed in Vainglory.
If they don't win this game from this position, I think it's the biggest swing I've ever seen in a game of Vainglory. And that's just on pure numbers. So, you've seen times that a Crystal will go down to 1 HP and the enemy team, the team that was behind, will win. But usually that's the Crystal goes down to 1 HP and it's about 2,000-3,000 gold difference. Here, it's a 10,000 gold lead at 13 minutes. It's 19 kills to 3. If SK lose from this position, that is probably the biggest swing I've ever seen.
It would be it would take a monumental collapse to not be able to close this one out here, but they are going to be able to just push in, take this turret down. No siege, nothing really. They just brute force their way in and have destroyed now all 3 turrets in the lane.
It's just the anti-siege as well, coming back from, Sneaky. It's all on him. Majestic can't anti-siege that well because he's Black Feather. A Catherine isn't that great at anti-sieging as well because you're not quite as inherently tanky as something like a Finn, who could just stand as a front wall. And into a Kestrel and a Samuel, you're going to take way too much poke if you stand outside that turret range. So you're relying all on your Celeste to try and clear the waves, and SK really don't care. They'll just poke out a Celeste from basically the same range as the Celeste has. Now, Evakin's going to get spotted here. Jetpack takes a little bit of hurt, and SK might look towards these crystal turrets just without a Kraken, without anything pushing in for them. They have only 30 seconds before that Kraken spawns, and I wouldn't be surprised if they just wait that out a little bit and then go for the Kraken as soon as it's up.
Yeah, that seems to be exactly what they're doing. They're just constantly pushing in the waves, making sure that Mousesports doesn't get any opportunity to farm up extra gold. The jungle's going to be taken away, and now that Kraken's going to be up in about 10 seconds, they're going to work on this gold mine. Can they take... Yeah, they got this. They have so much damage in this composition. One last payout before Kraken spawns. Well, here we go. They Kraken onto the fold. We'll see. Does SK go immediately for it? Mirror King actually doing a great job of getting in, clearing out some of that vision while he had the opportunity, but that's just going to get replaced pretty quickly here by Jetpacks, and SK, they can honestly just either wait for Mousesports to come to them, or looks like they actually may want to be trying to out-rotate them and flank.
There we are, they're going to catch Majestic. Look at the damage from a single Glimmer Shot. The Gauntlet not going to connect though. And SK do need to be cautious. They are fighting into a Black Feather and into a Celeste. What they're going to decide to do is just push this wave up and then reset back towards that Kraken. So they'll wait until they see all of Mousesports coming out. There they go. And straight back towards that Kraken. They'll take the minion mine first to keep that wave pushing up. And then they'll turn their eyes across towards the wonderful woman in the middle of the map.
Yeah, not only to keep the minion wave pushing, but also to provide a little bit of extra vision for if Mousesports do come through the middle of the jungle, they will know about it. Instead, Mousesports, actually, I like this answer from Mouse, clearing out the minion wave as far up as they can. But now they're going to go, I feel like, the wrong way through to try and check on this Kraken. Kraken has been started.
And it has it's down to about half. Ema King steps forward into the active camo. There's the Oblivion as well. Acep looking for the chase onto Sneaky. He's just going to melt. No escape at all for that Celeste. They'll turn their eyes back towards the Kraken. And it's up to the Black Feather to see if he wants to do anything about it. I don't think Majestic's going to have much of a say here. Doesn't want to give up the ace. The Kraken will go down to SK. They've only got those 2 crystal turrets to get their way through now. It should be pretty easy work for them to close out this game.
Especially if they find Majestic. Can they still get this ace coming out? 5 seconds. And it is not...
Yes.
Nope, it is. Oh my
Just in
goodness.
time.
Just
Yes.
barely. And an ace to go with the Kraken pushing in. And now a 3v2.
It's a 3v2. The Kraken will make it basically a 4v2 as well. Ema King already low. SK just going to say hello to the Kraken. It's like, okay, it's still coming. It's still coming, guys. It's fine. It's on its way. We can wait for it to come in, and then we'll just push this down. Crystal Infusion on Sneaky to try and hold out the fort one last time, but Ema King goes in. Kraken pushing in now. Rat with the Drift and Jog, just trying to flank this a little bit. There's the Gauntlet as well. We'll lock Ema King in place. Kraken still pushing in. We do see Majestic respawn, but not in time to save Sneaky. He gets melted away. Majestic, the second target, will fall as well. It's a double for Acep. Been on absolute fire this game, 11-1-1, and we'll aim for that crystal as well. It's going to be game for SK. Mousesports get demolished.
Aidslip with this Sorrow Blade double monocle is doing over 500 damage to the turrets on criticals with the Glimmer shots. Like, absolutely ridiculous damage from the Kestrel. 11-1-1, and SK, I mean, that was just there's no like easy or light way to put this. That was pure dominance.
That it was absolutely dominant from SK there, taking out Mousesports and maybe shutting out Mousesports' hopes of getting into that that world spot. Really, it's gonna be an exciting one. Now we've got sweet, spicy, and all things nice on the desk. It's Fuji, AJ, and Humanist. Take it away.
I think, to be honest, Sono, we have sweet, spicy, and salty. That's
True that.
That's probably more accurate. You missed a golden opportunity there.
Yeah.
But in any case, that game was pretty dominant. That was, I mean, really, Mousesports didn't seem like they were able to do anything the entire game. They aren't technically out of it yet. If they lose one more, then even if they won 2-0 against GSC tomorrow and GSC lost all of their games tomorrow, I think because of the tiebreaker being win percentage, they would be behind because they would have lost that additional game.
Mm-hmm.
But
Well, if they lose one more, they don't
yeah,
go to tomorrow anyway.
absolutely, and that's something which might happen.
It's time to turn up and never look back here.
Guys, if you're in the chat and you want to send Mousesports your energy or SK your energy, you can do that by voting, !vote, followed by either SK or Mouse, M-O-U-Z. Now, let's have a look at the rosters. We didn't get a chance to do that earlier on. First up on your screens, we've got SK Gaming. We've got Aidslip, Cream, Jetpacks, Raph, and Bayou. They're up against Mousesports, the second team in contention for Worlds right now, still just barely hanging on. Emmer King, Sneaky, Acider, Irons, and Majestic.
Just hanging on for dear life. This is it. Like, it comes down to this for them. Like, they have to win. They gotta, or it's over.
It's a tense moment. It's intense.
It's both a very stressful and beautiful moment to exist in. It's a rare moment. You kind of laugh, and I kind of am half joking when I say it. But there are few teams that will ever get put into a position where it's win or go home, with the potential to get yourself to the World Championship or be sitting there watching it. And it all starts with this next game right here.
A stressful, beautiful, and rare moment. It's like staring down like an albino rhinoceros in the wild.
Yeah, exactly. You just wandered
Just
right
eye
into
to eye.
him. You just lock in. Exactly.
I mean, maybe Mousesports will feed off of this, right? Like, maybe they're going to say, wow, this is it. This is our last chance. We gotta do it, and that's going to turn up the heat for them. Or maybe they're going to crumble. And part of what probably makes it so stressful is that they're not entirely in control even if they do win and win against Gangstars tomorrow, because Gangstars still need to lose their games in the third place match. So it's got to be brutal.
It does, but I mean, like, they kind of paved their way to this point. I mean, it is the last week, and you might be quick to think like, oh man, all these things have to happen in order for us to make it to Worlds. It doesn't seem right. I'm like, well, you didn't win the last 2 weeks. You have to earn your right to Worlds, right? We're not just living each day at a time as if it's all that's ever existed. So I think they have what it takes to turn it up, especially against the SK squad, who traditionally hasn't necessarily been looking too strong. But they need to start with the draft, because the draft was definitely a very weak component. I don't think Blackfeather and Catherine really synergize all that well together. They don't really offer that much. And then if Catherine can only block Glimmer Shot for one of her, teammates, and since Celeste had no armor, if she wasn't blocking it for Celeste died in 2 Glimmer Shots and an auto attack.
I know about that.
Just
boom block for my Fuji.
The blocks.
Okay, so you didn't like the draft that much. I got to agree with you. But where would you go moving into game 2? What else could you do here?
I think they just need to think more about it. The draft felt like they just wanted to take things away. Initially, it's we want to take the Kestrel, or excuse me, since we're not going to have the Kestrel, we're going to take the Celeste, but we want to take the Catherine because everyone talks about Catherine's good in the Kestrel, right? But in practice, it's not like Catherine completely counters Kestrel. It's just there's elements to her kit that make her good. You still have to execute on those elements, though, for it to actually work. And then to round out everything, instead of choosing another protector for Celeste, you choose someone who wants to dive and go in, but doesn't actually have a roam that really facilitates the dive.
Yeah.
So I think it's more about just making sure your comp works well together and not worry so much about what the enemy's doing.
All right, well, we are ready for that draft, so let's see if Mousesports can turn things around. Their World Championship hopes depend on this game and quite a few others this weekend, but at least for now, this game. Let's find out if they can make it happen. For now, Mousesports on the blue side going to be banning out that Lyra. SK have an opportunity to answer here.
Opportunity knocks.
You only get one shot.
Do not miss your chance.
Well, once in a lifetime.
They're going to have to not miss all their chances here by making sure that they first pick and then continue to pick correctly in the right direction with the saw ban. Interesting. Took it away from Majestic.
I mean, you have to think about that, and it's nice to see SK. I mean, this is a conscious draft. At the end of the day, it may not be the best thing they could have done, but this is a conscious draft from them.
Well, they felt the power of the Kestrel. This leaves Lance open. Celeste is also open right now.
Yeah.
So, 2 pretty good options, I would say.
Celeste, Lance, and third pick your own, right?
I would pick Celeste. I would pick Lance if you're trying to secure this game away from Mousesports. I think they're 2 strong picks. Keeps them from being able to pick up the Celeste with the Kestrel and then throw a Finn in the mix for maximum damage.
Oh my goodness.
A pull into a collapse into a camouflage.
So much protection, a huge front line there.
Take the Celeste away, SK. Do what your heart tells you to do.
Do what Fuji's heart tells you to do.
I like what they've done. These guys are smart.
These guys are pretty good draft here.
These guys are brilliant. Yeah. No,
How often do you hear Fuji say that?
Hey, I give credit when it's due, where it's due.
Just wait until they don't execute it correctly. Roast them.
This comp can work really well together, unless you just walk into the enemy's base fountain.
It's hard to play out of a dumpster can, let's be honest.
Can be. We do see the Arden come through, though. That's an interesting pickup. Not something we... I think I would have imagined seeing something more along the lines of Catherine to go along with some stun potential with the Kestrel to kind of stick to and or block out damage from the Celeste, but they opt for the mobility route with the Sky and the Arden together.
Lance oftentimes can get just screwed by a nice gauntlet coming down, and it's a good tool a lot of times for Kestrel to kite back and forth between that wall. We'll see how they choose to execute. With the Sky coming through, though, I mean, there's a lot of firepower on this team.
Have to see some clever plays coming out of a maxed Githian wall and just walk through the gauntlet.
Yeah, we'll have to see some of these plays coming in.
What are they going to do? I mean, I honestly think that it's going to be pretty difficult to once again get through the Lance, get to the Celeste, but positioning matters so much. It doesn't matter what composition you take, even if it is considered the strongest composition possible in the game. If you play it incorrectly, you're still going to lose.
Of course, yeah. I mean, I think based on last game, we got to worry about Mouse from that perspective, though. Because they had a composition which, yes, had some flaws, but if they scaled to the late game and played safe in the early game, maybe it would have worked. They didn't really play safe enough. I mean, so I wonder if they're going to be able to utilize this composition to its best strengths.
Yeah, I mean, one might offer them some advice to keep yourself safe. I'm not sure they're taking it, though.
Yeah, stay as safe as possible. Honestly, as we get into the late game here, it's going to be really dangerous. Like, you're going to have this weapon Vox to worry about. And if you're not killing... I mean, like, you're staying out of range of Vox, but Celeste is also dropping these Helios, so you have to be conscious where these Helios are down. They're going to be going Supernova. It's all about, like, getting these stacks up on Sky and then choosing a target and, like, almost going all in just to take them out. The gauntlets are going to be very important for this team.
Agreed.
Okay, so last chance to have your voices heard here before we hop into the game. Who do you think is going to take this one home?
I feel like I want to give it over to SK. I think they've got a lot of momentum going on right now. It seems pretty strong. Mouse seems pretty shaky. Even though this is their tournament life on the line, I think the pressure is going to be a little too much.
Yeah, this is the easiest Mouse vote of my life.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we're on to the Halcyon Fold one more time, potentially for the side of Europe today, between Mousesports and SK Gaming. Can Mousesports keep their world's hopes alive? Let's find out with Dr. Sona and Tasty Bacon.
Thank you very much, you pecan. This is an amazing game to have to watch, and Mousesports here up against the wall. SK played incredibly well first game. Can Mousesports bring it back and keep their world's chances alive?
Well, that's going to be the question on the table for them. Last game, SK just dominated. Right around the minute 50 mark was when everything sort of started. We'll see. They've got 20 more seconds or so to have a first blood to keep up with our streak, and it looks like they want it.
They definitely do. SK going aggressive. Rap actually Sonic zooming in there. On towards Majestic. Here comes Aidslip as well, looking for these kills. The second Helio will connect. Rap's still there, gonna use the resonance to try and get the kill. Go on, get it, yes! Still, within a minute and 15 seconds, they get 2 kills! What is going on with Vainglory today in Europe?
Oh man, Europe is just like, they took the aggression switch and, flipped it up so hard that it actually broke. That's really the only explanation I can think of here, because this has been absolutely ridiculous for these early games.
That it has, and SK once again take the advantage. Will we see another dominant performance by them? They've got the composition to get rolling if they can get ahead. Aidslip jumped on here though by Majestic. Needs to try and dodge around the forward barrage and will be able to do it. Has got those boots on early. Majestic not quite able to chase him down.
And not going to be finding an answer here for Majestic, but is still trying to put some damage out onto Aidslip. Sneaky is on this Kestrel for Mousesports this time. We'll see if his Kestrel can rival that of what Aidslip was able to do in game number 1. Because if he's not, well, Mousesports, they could be in trouble.
They definitely could be. And it will... like, you talk about pressure. I can't remember... I mean, Mousesports have been to a lot of live championships. I can't remember them ever getting to a final.
They haven't. The finals have always been Team Secret
Snow,
and like Snow or
a Snow of some sort.
one of the Snow teams.
One of the special snowflakes. Jetpack's gonna get jumped on here by Majestic and Emo King. Aidslip coming in from the side. Jetpacks actually should fall here. Core Collapse goes out, not gonna catch Majestic down. Sneaky now with the Kestrel doing work onto Aidslip, looking for the chase as well, and Aidslip's not gonna be able to escape. 2-2. Mouse equal out the scoreline. What I was about to say was I don't think Mouse have ever actually been under this much pressure in a matchup. I think this is probably the most tense game they've ever had to play. We do have a pause coming out here as we work out exactly what's going on.
Yeah, it looks like just a connection issue on perhaps the side of SK, but we'll see. It was a team requested pause, and so as soon as we do get word on what the situation is and everything is sorted out, we will just be jumping right back into the action. So sit tight, and for now, just gonna kind of go over what we think might end up happening with these compositions specifically. Mousesports, it's obviously going to be the Weapon Kestrel with the Crystal Sky for now. So a lot of late game, like very strong mid game spike for them. And then, the late game damage is there as long as they can hit their abilities. That's going to be the real big key for them.
I do find that it's a main thing in Vainglory. If you hit your abilities, you tend to have more damage than if you miss your abilities.
Usually.
It kind of goes across to many different games as well, actually. I find him, like in American football, if you hit the ball or if you catch the ball, you tend to have a lot
you don't
more
normally want to
success than
hit the ball
drop
if you're but I mean But as far as it's all about the skill shots, though. There's not.
Yeah, no, I totally agree. Yeah.
With basic attacks, you don't really have to hit anything. You just have to tap your target and then stutter step, and you're good. You don't have to worry about aiming. You don't have to worry about any of that kind of stuff. That's kind of what I was getting at there. But I'm aware that you know. But I got to make sure the viewers know, because you never know. There could be someone who's brand new to the game and doesn't understand how these different heroes work and the sort of interactions that they have. Gotta cater to all viewers.
Well done, Bacon. You are making this a fully rounded broadcast. And
not sure if that's a fat joke, but
so if we look at sort of like the 5-10 minute spikes that we've seen between these two teams before, if SK can get another couple of kills under their belts, do they have the possibility of running away with this game again, or is it going to be a lot closer fought, do you think? I
feel like it's going to be a bit closer for at least until we get towards that mid to late game. Once we start hitting the late game, Raph on this Vox and a Celeste, like, they're going to be powerhouses. They're going to be so incredibly strong. They're going to have so much damage, and it's not entirely skill shot reliant. I mean, obviously for the Celeste it still is, but it's a very large skill shot with the Heliogenesis, especially if you get the Supernova coming out. So it's I think the damage is just easier to hit on the side of SK, but Mousesports have the outplay potential. And so it's going to actually create a very interesting dynamic as we do get later into this game.
That it is, and I think that Mousesports did show us in the first game there were a couple of moments where they may have been able to get the outplay, where they may have been able to turn it around. Thus far, they never really were able to do that, and SK were just dominant throughout. But I wonder if that was a one-off SK performance, and actually we start to see Mouse getting back into it.
Yeah, well, I mean, that's what Mouse is obviously going to be hoping for. They're hoping that was just a fluke game where SK just came out and looked dominant, but SK, obviously, they still have something to prove. All these teams, even if they aren't technically playing for anything other than pride, which in this one, obviously, you still do have the challenge battles looming as a potential thing that you want to avoid, the prize money, all that. It is more than pride, but even if it was only pride, if that was the only thing that mattered, let's say these were the two bottom teams, they were both going to be in the challenge battles, the prize pool was going to be the same amount regardless. Like, these teams have so much pride that they would still give it their all because they don't want to be known as the team that lost on the last day. Like, they want to be able to make it to day 2. They want to have as strong of a performance as possible.
That they do, and we are back into the action, so we'll have to see which of these two teams is able to win it out now. King looking for the steal there, does actually take the tree out away. Raph and Jetpacks try and do something about Mouse, who are just all up in their grill in their jungle at the moment. Impale onto King. Raph doesn't have the damage yet on this Samuel to actually be able to do too much, and Aidslip is back at base buying up. Out on his way pretty soon, you'd assume, although he seems to be pretty... Oh, there we go. He started moving. It's fine. Very stable.
I think he was just waiting for one more item or something, but really, maybe not. I don't know. Either way, he's moving. That's all that matters in the end.
That is all that matters indeed. SK not able to continue their 2 kills a minute routine that we have seen. We're still sitting at about a kill a minute though, so all we need is another kill in the next minute, and we'll be golden on that statistic.
I have a feeling it's going to be a little bit slower in this game, just because, again, there's so much late game scaling, but...
Well, Impale onto Majestic, here comes Raph, good Githian wall, Aidslip trying to get the Helios off towards the side, Majestic gets himself out, and Raph has fallen! Mouse trying to turn this one around, the minion mine focusing down Aidslip as well, will force SK to back away, and as soon as you say it's a little bit slower, we get our kill for that minute.
It should be a little bit slower, because both of these teams are playing compositions that, it's not really reliable to try and engage them. And right there, that was SK making the move to try and engage, and then Mouse coming away with the kill. And that's one of the problems with the compositions that these two teams drafted is, unless you know for a sure you have a single target isolated, you are not going to be guaranteed to get that kill, and you're not guaranteed to get the kill unscathed, even if you do pick it up. So I feel like the late game fights are going to be much more important to focus on here for both teams.
Totally agree, and we do have the vote coming in as well. SK 61% to 39 in their favor. So fans obviously sitting on the side of SK this game, not wanting Mouse to be the team that goes through the world. So just thinking SK were playing out of their skin and wanted to see them repeat that performance in this game.
Well, you always love to see a team repeat very strong performances. I feel like that Game 1 performance definitely may have skewed the vote a bit, but it is, I can't blame the viewers. You see that kind of game come out, you just kind of expect another one to happen, but this one is definitely going much closer to even, though it's actually Mouse that are holding on to 1,000 gold lead.
One shot, one kill will connect onto Ainslet. Majestic takes him down, Raph's low as well. SK being aggressive in the Mouse jungle is not going to pay off for them at all here. Jetpack should fall to Majestic as he tries to get himself away, won't be able to escape. King trying to chase down Raph, but Raph was able to get behind his turret, and it's an impressive scoreline for Mouse. So they go 5-2 up.
5-2 up, about 2,000 gold now all of a sudden, as they are going to be able to steal away this jungle and actually grow that lead even further. Meanwhile, up in the lane, some good damage being done by Sneaky. Not quite the level of power that Ainslet had in game number 1 at this point, but that's a very difficult number to match. However, SK going to try and take advantage of the fact that there's no one in the lane. Get this pushing in pretty effectively. They know they don't have a jungle to fall back to right now, and so that's really their only option.
King is out-leveling the enemy jungler at the moment on an Arden, like on a roam. He's doing such a good job of just pressuring here. And in fact, actually, he might be a little bit overextended. Gonna get caught out by Jetpack. Good. Get more will knock him back. Here's the gauntlet. Gets stunned out of it, though, with that core collapse going down. That's an interaction I haven't seen that often, but because the core collapse landed where the Arden originally was, it looks like he was stunned out of the actual leap for the gauntlet there. That's a very interesting interaction to see.
Yeah, if Arden gets stunned at any point after starting the gauntlet will still, like, the jump will go through, but he still gets stunned, doesn't actually get to put it down.
Majestic was locked up there by the Impale, almost gets himself out, but Jetpacks and Raph are looking for it, and will take him down. Strong play here by SK. Doing a very good job of getting back into the game. They're still 1,000 gold behind, though, and now we have to see what Mouse can do about getting back into this one.
Jetpack's clearly enjoying the extra damage that they had in game number 1. Went for a Dragon Blood contract once more here in game number 2. But thus far, not quite having the same effect as they lose out their first turret.
I was going to talk about this as well. Actually, we see it's a jungle Vox coming out. It's not something you commonly see. Raph's been pretty much sticking in that jungle. Why do you think they've gone for this jungle Vox in this composition?
I feel like they just wanted, they just preferred the Jungle Vox to the Jungle Celeste. Like, they drafted both of these heroes. They're both very strong in their own right, but one of them is going to have to kind of bite the bullet and go into the jungle. Neither of them is really a natural fit for the jungle, but I feel like Vox, if you're going to go the weapon power, can fit that a little bit better than what Celeste is going to be able to do, just as far as the full-on clear speed and being able to still fight after clearing the jungle. I think that's one of the big keys, was based on just how the game went previously. Because Ainslet, yes, Celeste will actually be able to clear the jungle faster than Vox will because of the AoE damage from the Helios, but once you clear the jungle, you're going to be fairly low on energy, despite getting the regens from the Treants and not in the same shape to fight as a Vox.
Totally agree with you there. Now the gold mine will go across to Mousesports. They push themselves 3,000 gold ahead, and they are on track here to win out this second game of the best of 3. It's still a kill a minute, and saying it, Bacon, and here comes the kill onto Sneaky as well. Not able to land the core collapse, and Jetpacks and Ainslet will back away quickly because they know Majestic could be just around the corner. Almost got his broken myth already, got his frostburn. Sneaky's building that weapon power build, sitting on a barbed needle, which is something we see a lot of laners do, just to heal themselves up a little bit more, get a bit of lifesteal down to stop you getting taken too low in the lane. Now, Majestic the target. There's the gauntlet. We'll catch up Ainslet, who gets taken incredibly low quickly there by Sneaky. Raph off towards the side. Solar Storm on Sneaky. One shot, one kill on Jetpacks. Almost takes him down. King will be the only person to fall here. Mousesports lose out the fight, even though it looked to be going in their favor.
Yeah, they were getting some good damage down, but a great job by SK after the reposition of the fight to stick with it and stick on their one target that they had the opportunity to take down. And Well, Emir King getting knocked out of there, and that's going to make it now 10 kills on the game in 10 minutes. Oh, they are still keeping that sort of 1 kill a minute pace, but it is still a lead for Mousesports. Now, if you're curious as to if these teams have played before, they did face each other once earlier this split. It did go to Mousesports in a 2-1 series, so Mousesports definitely no strangers to the 2-1. Actually, 4 of the 6 series they have played this split have gone the distance. So if there is a team that is going to be able to win this series 2-1, Mousesports definitely a strong candidate.
I would totally agree with you, except I feel Mousesports just aren't on form today. I don't feel they're playing anywhere near their potential. You can see it, Emakin getting caught out and getting taken down. Now, Solar Storm didn't need to be used there, but it's just such an easy kill. SK did nothing special there. They just ran at him and took him out. Now, SK have great scout trap control. You have to give them credit for that. Look across the entire map, and it's scout trap after scout trap. Sneaky was looking to try and get some damage onto this turret, not going to be able to do it. Majestic might get away from Map, not quite going to be enough to get himself out safely, and Map just dodging around the minions. Here comes Jetpacks, but Raf does enough and takes the kill. A one-shot, one kill, not going to connect, as Raf just dodges to the side. SK, well, they're keeping it at a kill a minute. 11.5 minutes, almost 12, and we've got 12 kills on the board.
Yeah, well, Sneaky is going to be not a target because the rest of SK wasn't anywhere near close enough for Lance to try and jump on him, but like you said, Mousesports, they definitely don't look like their normal selves right now. If they can come back, though, they, again, they have the experience in going the distance. They know what it takes. It's just a matter of actually executing that. And thus far today, they have not really been executing. They are still sitting and holding on to a gold lead, thanks to the fact that they've been able to pick up the gold miner and have that turret down. But that's really where pretty much all of this lead is coming from. Right now, though, they're going to try and collapse. Majestic going to get spotted coming around the bend.
He is. Here comes the gauntlet. Majestic goes low. Ace gets himself out of there. Majestic almost falls. Solar Storm not going to be enough, but here comes Rap, and they want this fight. They take down the first kill. Wait, doesn't connect onto Sneaky. Just about misses the edge of the mark. Majestic once again takes a Helio to the face and will have to back away. And this might be SK looking for that turret. Sneaky can clear pretty quickly with those glimmers, and we'll just get forced back here by SK. Not going to be able to clear out this wave before the turret falls. SK will take their first turret of the game.
And that's going to close that gold gap significantly down to 1,000 gold. And I mentioned it earlier, the mid-game spike is going to be in favor of Mousesports, but the late-game potential of the side of SK, I feel like, is a bit stronger, just compositionally, purely. And because they didn't fall very far behind, we're at that mid-game point where in Mousesports, they really needed to have made moves. That first item power spike is a bit stronger for them, but now that we're getting into the 2-item spikes, this is where SK can start to really, fully claim their place in this game.
Their place in the game is on top. That's exactly where they want to be at the moment. Behind these goals, though, Jetpacks will get stunned up and will fall. Once again, caught out here. Mousesports looking for the fight. Wait for it comes down onto Sneaky. Raph needs to do a lot of work in this fight if they're going to win it out. Ace chased off towards the side. Majestic will forward barrage him down. It's 2 kills quickly for Mouse, and Raph just gets himself away. It's only 1,000 gold lead here for Mouse, but they've equalized the kill score, and we are ahead of our kill a minute standing, Tasty Bacon.
Yeah, and a nice rotation from Mousesports. Again, found Jetpacks a little bit separated from the rest of the team and just took him down extremely quickly, despite having the Fountain of Renewal and the Crucible in his inventory. So, Mousesports, they continue to find opportunities here in game number 2. SK definitely not playing nearly as aggressive as they had been previously, and it's starting to maybe backfire a bit because Mousesports are finding strides in this game. Now back up to a 2,000 gold lead as they did get that full gold payout, their second one of the game, likely the last one of the game, because Kraken will be spawning in 30 minutes, or 30 seconds.
If it was spawning in 30 minutes, I hope we'd get a couple more gold mines before then. I mean, I know Europe's slow, but we don't quite play the game at that pace.
Well, Kraken will probably be respawning in, if the game goes to 45 minutes. I feel like Kraken will be spawning around that time.
Oh, yeah, you're probably right. Majestic caught out with the Impale, with the Helios, with all the damage coming out from SK. They'll take him down. And once again, it's just a catch. Mouse not being aware of where the enemy team is. Gauntlet comes out, miss on the Impale, and SK walks straight into the wall. Will all get stunned up. They will back away and they go straight for the Kraken. This is a brave move from SK. Jetpack doesn't realise the Kraken moves forward when you aggro it, since it misses his Impale. But here come Mousesports. They have something to say about this.
Yeah, I don't know if this was actually maybe just a bait, but it looks like SK, they're sticking onto the Kraken. So they get the kill and just immediately go for the objective. That is such a bold call, but it pays out in spades for them as they now have this siege duel. And I actually like where they moved Kraken to. It makes the trip up to the lane a little bit shorter for her. Also gave them the opportunity to know as soon as their opponents were coming and to try and peel them away from trying to contest this Kraken. And we'll see how much they can get off of it.
That we will. First turret will fall. Mouse having to back away. Solar Storm though gets the kill onto Sneaky in the backline. The wait for it as well. Majestic, a crit from Raph just takes his HP down to nothing. And now Ema King the target. Raph might be able to take him out before the Sanctuary heals and not quite enough. If he got him there, that ace certainly would have spelt doom here. But SK now looking for the win. 8 kills to 11 up. They're going to look for this first turret. 5 seconds on Sneaky. Now Sneaky's up. Majestic 7 away. Ema King trying to flank. Raph trying to do what he can to take down that Arden. The Kraken's still pushing in. Sneaky is alive. Arden's fallen. It's up to Sneaky, but he can't do much against 3 members of SK who are all still alive. Death from above on Raph. Majestic just gets taken out by Raph. Off towards the side. He takes a triple. He takes the ace. And SK take the game.
And with that, they take the hopes and dreams of Mousesports with them. There will not be a world worth for Mousesports. It will be going over to Gangstars, so they have got to be happy about this result. But at the very end there, I feel like Amir King, you know, his teammates were going to be respawning soon. He went in before they actually came up. It just kind of gave Raph an opportunity to get those breaking point stacks built up for when his carries did respawn. So slight mistake there, but I don't think it really would have changed the outcome of this game. SK just flat out looked like the better team today.
That they did. And that is it for Europe for the evening. It's going to be North America next. We're going to hand... Oh, firstly, thank you very much, Tasty Bacon, for casting with me. I've been Sona, it's been Tasty Bacon. We're going to hand it back across towards our analysts who are both appetizing and delectable, delightful and distinctive, enjoyable, enticing, exquisite, heavenly, and truly, truly scrumptious. Action Jackson, Fuji, and Humanist. Take it away.
I'm at a loss for words, Sona.
He's not a bad guy himself.
Yeah, you're pretty cool.
Nah, you pretty cool.
Okay, so biggest story after that loss for Mousesports, obviously that Gangstars is now guaranteed to be the 3rd team from Europe at the World Championship.
Congrats, man. Feels good. Feels bad for Mouse to see him go down like that. Maybe a little bit more of a fight, but hey, honestly, you go down in this series, and it hurts to say it, but you don't deserve to go to Worlds. You know, this is this competition. We're not handing out participation awards here, and they're great players. We'll see them come back in the future, have an impact. I wouldn't be surprised to see these guys at a World Championship in the future, but not going to be this one.
Yeah, I mean, congratulations to Gangstar Cerberus. They worked hard. They proved this is their split to win after a couple of rough starts through the first couple of weeks. They managed to close out all the series that mattered most and now pave their way to, well, not just to Worlds, but into the rest of tomorrow. Still some prize money and pride on the line. They'd love to close out in first place for the entire split as well. So nice way to kind of set yourself up for the best competition yet to come.
I like it.
All right, so our MVP for that series is going to be Jetpacks for his Arden. Very strong stuff there. Let's do another giveaway real quick. Hashtag Evil8 for your chance to win some ice. And let's do the housekeeping that we need to do before we head on over to North America. First things first, let's have a look at the brackets. Take a look at the matchups we're going to have tomorrow. You can see Snow Tsunami up against G2 Esports from Group A. In Group B, Gangstar Cerberus up against SK Gaming. At this point, as we said, Cerberus guaranteed their slot at the World Championships, but all these teams still playing, in the case of some of the lower ones, to avoid challenge battles, in the case of the higher ones, to get the pride and the prize pool. Looking at the point scoreboard, you can see just how far ahead Gangstar Cerberus actually are. They're on 18 points. Team Secret, having lost today, can't even upset that.
Hypothetically, like, what would happen if all of Gangstar's moms were like, you know what, you're not allowed to go.
All of the moms.
Yeah.
It would go to Mousesports or whoever is
Whoever's
second and not already qualified.
All right, cool. Just curious.
Yeah.
That's it.
I think that's unlikely to happen, though. Just saying.
Yeah, I'm just. It's all right. You never know.
I haven't gotten permission from my mother yet to go to Worlds. So.
Neither have I.
I have forgotten to ask. I'm glad you reminded me.
So we'll have to take care of this next week.
In any case, speaking of Worlds, if you guys have to ask your parents to go, then so be it. But head on over to VaingloryEsports.com because we got tickets on sale still. There's plenty available. The MVP tickets, the ones for the exclusive
VIP?
stuff.
VIP.
That's what I'm looking for. Those aren't available anymore, but you can, I think, still get the IGN hoodies. No, I'm getting a head shake from off screen.
Rip.
No, you can't get the MVP.
You can't get the hoodies. You can't get the VIP.
Can't be the MVP.
You can't buy yourself an MVP. That's not how it works.
All right, so December 2nd till 4th, though, TCL Chinese Theater, that's the date you need to put down in your calendar. If you can attend in person, that's awesome. Make sure you pick up some tickets. If you can't, you'll be able to watch the broadcast live on this Twitch URL, twitch.tv/Vainglory. We're going to be taking a quick break now, but when we get back, we do have the first round of North American games coming up for you. There's still 3 teams in contention for the World Championship in North America, so it's going to be